Welcome back. VFL JJ Surlis, his family, and the entire family at Safety Systems want to send along season's greetings and wish you a very Merry Christmas and a happy New Year from Safety Systems. All right, I am back with the Wills, the Walls, and Chucky C-Note is over there at the YP board. And what we're going to do here is rank Tennessee's most recent 10 bowl games. Now, we may not get through all 10, but we're going to do the top 5 or 6. And I want to talk about ranking them in terms of what they meant for the program at the time. What was their importance at the time? And before we do that, very quickly, about a minute here, Will, I mentioned going to break. Your last game at UT was the Citrus Bowl. I guess Capital One. I forget if it was Capital One or Citrus there. Capital One Citrus. It's been all three. But you played Michigan there. It was kind of a consolation for you guys because you were this close to a national championship game. But now it's been so long. Back then it was, you can't spell citrus without UT. Now it's, back to the citrus. You're on the rise.
Exactly.
What does it mean as a guy who finished up down there to see Tennessee back in bowls, Orange Bowl, Citrus Bowl?
Yeah, that just means we're back to being competitive, right? And so the season has some interest in it, right? Like that we could be something. This could be a surprise year. We could take another step. So that's what's always good to see is that you're becoming that competitive landscape to get yourself kind of in the stratosphere of maybe the hope. I guess that's what really these bring out of you is getting to this kind of level of bowl game says there's hope for this program. There's hope that it can take the next step and get beyond this. But at this point right now, you're taking this and saying, okay, at least we're getting there. Because it's been a long time and a long drought before several years of where you saw this team. So I'm just glad to see that back. I don't know how much this has in momentum of how big this year's a bowl game is, but I think it is always better to see 9-4 on your record at the end of the year and show that off compared to 8-5. So a little bit there, but I don't know how much it is actually for this kind of game.
All right, very good. Chuck, if we're starting with the most important bowl of the last 10 years, last 10 trips for Tennessee, I should say.
Yes, sir.
Surely you're going to go start where I think you're
right here. To me, it has to be this game right here is number one.
Tell people who can't read that what it is.
This is the Orange Bowl with the Flippin' Burger Bowl against Clemson and the Dabo Bowl. And it was going to be but maybe the next year's semifinal bowl. And Tennessee won. And it was a real good competitive game. And to me, that's one. And two is going to be pretty far back.
Okay. Number one is by far the Orange Bowl. And we've got this year's game, Citrus Bowl, so that's a possible number 2. What is number 2, Marlon Walls? Or actually, hold on. Let me start with Will West. He's been out for a while. What's number 2?
Yeah, I'll go with the 2007 Outback Bowl because after
beating Wisconsin.
Yeah, beating Wisconsin, you won. After you had a couple of lean years in there, you make it back to the SEC championship game, right? And or was that the?
Well, then it fell off the.
And then it fell apart. So that would have been 2006 year.
Is that right?
So I just thought it was like, hey, you're back. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine for Tennessee, and then it was not.
No, that's right. That's the 2007 season. I've got seasons.
That's what I thought is they went to the Outback Bowl after losing that SEC
so that's
championship game.
That's the number 2 most important. Go ahead and write that in, Chuck. But here's the thing. It was so important, Philip Fulmer was fired the very next year.
It meant absolutely
nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But at the time, it felt important.
Now, Marlon, where are you going with number 3?
Let's go with the Tag Slayer 2014 beat Iowa 45-28.
So Butch Jones had up and coming, baby.
He was up and coming, gave us a little hope there. We had a little drought in between there. So love seeing him come in and take care of business on that one.
Tag Slayer Bowl rings. Remember that. You got to make sure you got your Tag Slayer Bowl ring.
Brick by brick.
Boy, this is excellent penmanship, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was handwritten by me. So number 4 on that list. Let's go back to Chuck. What do you got? What's number 4?
Well,
are we not putting this year's Citrus Bowl anywhere? I would put this Citrus Bowl as number 2 because it's showing you have consistency. If you beat Iowa, I think that's more important than beating Iowa in 2014, simply because this was not a one-off.
I don't
think
think
the playoffs. I would say I'm out.
That's part of it. I agree with what Will said. It's okay. You're competitive again, but I don't think bowls matter that much anymore. I think it's like a jamboree in high school football.
Okay. I didn't see this. I
Go
didn't
have
see this
fun.
going into a bizarre philosophical segment.
I still think
I can't rank bowls highly anymore.
I still think we
Okay.
need an asterisk here because Tennessee
Yeah.
technically won that game. People say they lost it, but Tennessee won that.
Well, that's which one are you looking at? The
I'm
Purdue
looking at
one
the
or
Music
North
City
Carolina?
Bowl.
Which one, Purdue
here.
or North Carolina? Because Tennessee can claim.
The
Marlon was claiming he won that one too.
48-45 with the call at the goal line.
All right,
and
so you're going with that
terrible
number 4.
play. No, I'm going to put this right here. I
No,
agree
no, no!
with you.
Don't follow me. Do what you want 4.
No, I want this number 4.
He's just doing that because I said it.
No, that's what I was going to do anyway.
Am I the only one that values being back in the Citrus Bowl after all these years? Apparently so.
Maybe so. I do think that Music City in 2021, I think that's the start of it. If Heupel was to me, was a guy that came in, there was not a lot of fanfare. There's a lot of people that questioned that being the coach, and taking that team and getting them there, that was a big one for me.
Well, that was a loss.
I know, but you got to
Oh,
that.
it was a win getting there.
Getting
Okay,
there,
okay.
that was the surprise get there for
Gotcha.
me. That
And
I was-
remember, that was one of the most viewed bowls of the whole bowl season.
Man, you
correct?
just keep going back to hope today. All right,
That's it. That's all I got.
All right, so put number 5 as that Music City Bowl, Chuck. All right, very good. That'll do it. That's as far as we need to go since the others came before the playoffs, and we can't.
They don't matter.
Crazy people. All right, when we come back, what will be the keys to the Citrus Bowl a week from Monday? We'll ask 3 wise men next. Come on back on the Sports Source.